Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing another powder coating video. It's been a little while since we've done one. We've still been steady on our powder coating, but we've been full-time now, so busy, and posting videos as much as I can. Anyway, we have a cool one today, and, excuse me, what is it? Well, check it out. Is that a square body bedside? It is, but smaller. This is actually the new dog bed for Cletus, the shop dog. Probably gonna be too small for him by the time I get this thing done. But these are custom made dog beds. My buddy TJ over at Maine Off-Road Enterprise, he fabs these things up. We powder coat them custom, and they make great gifts. They're so badass. We're just doing a powder coating today, but you gotta check it out. It'll be all over my social media when we get it done and get it together. But what we're doing today is we're gonna go take you through the process of powder coating and doing like a two-tone, like the old 80s square body. And I'm thinking right now we're gonna do red with a black center section, I think. Let's get into it. All right, so clearly I've already started these, and by starting them, what I did was took the raw steel, we blasted them in our blast cabinet, and we put them in some epoxy primer from Columbia Coatings with our Kool Koat 3.0 DPW in our hopper stand here. It's a good system. We've been using it for a couple of years now, and I'm hoping to be able to get an upgrade and even a better system hopefully shortly. But anyway, today what we're gonna do, and these are out of the oven, out of primer, we're gonna get these into a red. I gotta pick the red I want, and then a black. I'm thinking right here we're gonna do the black for that two-tone look. All right, here we go. This is the gist of the sides and the tailgate of the square body. And I am not liking how this epoxy primer laid down. It's very, very rough. I could have laid it on too thick, too thin. If anything, I'd say too thick, because I really put it to it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna two-tone this. So the center section here is gonna be a black, top and bottom, and everything else on this truck red. So therefore, however the tailgate lines up, I think it's like this. Yeah, so it'll be like this section here will be black, inlays of chrome, and or behind it will be chrome bumper. It's gonna look sick. So I think we'll start with the black. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hit this with a DA in 220, smooth it out a little bit first. Then we're gonna go black down the center, so we'll work that first. All right, so basically I just got the random orbital 220 on there, and I'm just knocking down some of the high spots on that, what appears to be an orange peel. So just to help smooth it out somewhat before we get into any taping. All right, now we get the high spots knocked down here. We're gonna tape it up. And the black we're gonna use from Columbia Coatings is gonna be the Tuff Black, which tends to be a little more scratch resistant. It's still a glossy black, so no matter what you do, I'm probably gonna regret using black, but it is what it is. And then this should be white. No, I like black. And then red, we're gonna do a Super Mirror Red. It's one of my favorite reds that we have from Columbia Coatings. And with the tape here, it's just a basic green tape we get from Columbia Coatings as well. Our high temp tape, meaning if you're gonna do multiple layers, or it's gonna be through here multiple coats, that has a tendency to kind of peel a little bit. This stuff does not, it works really well. It's a higher temp. But we're gonna run this line here, this body line as best we can, and then this body line here, and then carry that on through the tailgate itself, which I believe what we're looking at sits here. So it's right there. So basically everything from this line down gets to be black. And everything else we're gonna blow off kind of roughly. And then once the black's all done and cured, we'll completely tape the black off and then do the red. All right, here we go, we're all taped off. We're gonna focus on this area here with the Tuff Black Columbia Coatings. Got the gun right here. We're gonna set it up with just the standard nozzle on there and load up our hopper over there. We're not using the big hopper because it's the small amount of powder. All right, got our gun all set up. We got our stuff loaded, and yeah, I'm talking funny, that's why. And I'm gonna focus on the black stripe. And I'm gonna kind of just be out here. And we got our multi-coat nozzle on there, so it's really gonna put a nice coating on there, but obviously gonna get everywhere else too. I'm not worried about the inner fender. I'm gonna do like a probably undercoating or something like that on the fender itself. So again, nice sweeping motions. I'm a little distance away to get good even coverage because it is a gloss. Again, this is a dog bed. So I'm probably not gonna go like, oh, 2 layers of gloss black, because you could do that if you really wanted this thing to pop, but it is a dog bed at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these, and then we'll blow off and vacuum off where we don't want the black. All right, now, as you can see, it looks like everything's black. This would have been way easier if I did just one color. I'm gonna go ahead and use the blowguns. Now remember, that tape's pretty wide. I'm doing this with my left hand, and I'm not left-handed, so bear with me here. I'm gonna try to feed this blowgun down the tape line and just blow some of this powder off. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my vacuum with my foam nozzle on, I'll show you here in a minute, vacuum the rest off. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going over it with red. Just wanna get the majority of it off. Not too concerned in here, although I will blow it off. All right, and as you're blowing stuff off, you wanna move the panels so you're not like blowing powder off of one onto the other. I got a concern area right here. It may end up being a darker or a lighter spot right there, but we'll see. I'm gonna put them in there and just get them to flow out. We'll pull it out, see what it looks like. It's possible I have to do 2 coats. I just hope not, just because, well, I don't wanna take time and do 2 coats. This is my dog bed after all. All right, so we got the oven. This is a lower cure powder as well. So it is actually ramping up, and you can do this at different cure cycles depending on what you're doing. So we'll probably go with the 350 at 5 minutes just to get it to flow out. We're not fully curing it anyway. And we're gonna lay on the Super Mirror red and tape off all the black anyway. Just flow out the red, pull the tape all off, and fully cure the whole thing. But let's get the black flowed out. All right, here we go, out of the oven. The black is flowed out. If I wanted to, I could do another layer of black on top of this one. I don't think I'm gonna, because you know what? It's still gonna look killer. It's just, the whole thing's gonna look killer. So, I'm gonna go ahead and peel the tape, and then once it's fully cooled, we'll go ahead and tape off all the black so that we can go ahead with the red. All right, so this video is primarily about doing the two-tone and how we taped off. I peeled the tape. This is what we got for the black now. I'm gonna go ahead and fully tape off the black here so we don't have a line in the middle or anything like that. I might DA that one line that kind of shows a little bit, just to kind of feather that out a little bit. And then, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and spray the red. In the meantime, I got these parts here. There are more parts of the bed, no big deal, that have been primered. These are all going in the red. And then a while ago, we did some chrome, and the tailgate and the bumper got the chrome itself. So pretty sweet. This is gonna be killer. All right, another thing worth mentioning is when you're laying the tape on, make sure that your substrate that you're sticking it to is clean. We're in an open shop. We don't just do powder coating, so stuff can settle on here, and then you're gonna bake it right into powder coat. So just some extra precaution. You can go ahead and wear gloves, whatever you gotta do. Just take note of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and tape this black off so we can get some red laid on. All right, got our Kool Koat gun loaded up. Here we go. Yes, sir. It's kind of scary in a way, you know. Hopefully it doesn't get under the tape. You always get paranoid about that. You gotta tape off the front side and the back side. And always got a light on there, your powder coat gun. It makes a huge difference to look for. Make sure you have good coverage too. All right, now everything is covered in red, including the tape. We're gonna put this back in the oven and let it flow out. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this off lightly right here, because I'm gonna do just blacken the fender wells, just to give this bed some depth. But a different color, not gloss like what we sprayed the stripe on the body panel. So I'm gonna put these in the oven, let them flow out, probably 5 minutes, take them back out. We're gonna peel the tape, we're gonna switch over to a clear, and we're gonna give this thing a clear, the whole thing. Ooh. All right, so these aren't even flowed out to the point where I'm gonna go ahead and clear coat them. We just flowed them out enough so it's just gelling over, so I can go ahead and peel this tape off and then put them back in the oven and let it finish flowing out. All right, a little frustrated with my tape situation because it's hardly even been in the oven, and it left an absolutely nasty residue on the black. So the side pieces are the same way. I put those back in the oven. Not everything's always perfect, so we gotta learn. And fortunately, it's mine, so I can learn. And I've taped many things off and not had this happen, so I'm a little concerned as to why that this indeed happened. But it also got some red to bleed through from the backside, so I need to redo this black strip anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and tape off the red. I hope we don't end up with the same problem. I'm gonna actually use different tape and shoot this black section again, then we'll deal with the side pieces after. All right, here we go with the high temp tape now. Lessons learned. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this black, the tough black again, which I had to redo anyway because of the red residue that bled through. And then we're gonna go ahead and as soon as it gels out, so as soon as the black flows out from a powder to a liquid, boom, pull it out, pull the tape, and hopefully we get better results. Honestly, not my first rodeo. I've done tape jobs many times, and that's the key. Just until it gels out and pull it out of the oven, because the longer you leave it in, the better chance you have of leaving residue. And that's what happened with that really bad, and it was not in there long at all. So I'll pay a little bit more attention, I guess. It's a good lesson learned, see? That's why you watch these videos. All right, this time what I did different, I literally set my timer to 2 minutes. So it is still in the process of flowing out. It's not even completely flowed out, but it's not powder, so to speak. So I could peel this tape off. It's a little too hot to touch right now. Before it's even completely flowed out, then we'll throw it back in the oven, and hopefully we get it. All right, so it's still left a little residue and wrinkles a little bit. I'm not super happy with, but all in all, it's okay. Now we gotta try the bed sides, and I think I'm just gonna run one strip of tape right along here and literally peel it before I put it in the oven and vacuum off the residue. I'm gonna try it that way. All right, so I took one of our Coatings by Coats vacuum attachments here, the big one, nothing fancy. And I vacuumed off the edge of the tape to hopefully help prevent seam. As you can see, I just stuck the tape on there and it's still leaving residue. The only other way to do this is if you had a ridiculously steady hand and you could vacuum a straight line. I don't have that much of a steady hand, so we have to go with what we're gonna go with. And at the end of the day, it's still gonna look badass. All right, this has been a good test because I've used a couple different tapes now. Same result, but it literally, I haven't even gelled this powder out, so it hasn't even flowed out. So I'm pulling it like, it's been in there for about a minute, and I'm pulling it off, and it still leaves a residue. But I'm confident this will come off in the oven. A little bit of time in the oven, and that'll come off. So I think we can recover, and we're still gonna clear over this to give it more depth. All right, I think I finally recovered. I gotta pull this out of the oven now, but it looks much better, and we're ready for some clear. All right, the other piece is in the oven flowing out, or finishing flowing out now that we peeled the tape off, after it was still like barely flowing out. I have a little imperfection here. Again, it's a dog bed, it's not a customer, so I don't have to be as picky with it. And I wanted to just get it done and look cool. But I wanted to show you guys basically 3 steps. And I was going with the tape theory, but it didn't work as well as I hoped. And a lot of times we do vacuum instead of taping, but with sharp, straight lines, man, you kind of got to tape. But we are going with the wheel clear. We've had great luck with it. It is a very, very good clear coat. It doesn't cloud your powders or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and now give everything a once over in the wheel clear, and we'll see our final product.
All right, clear we go. Get it? Oh, Scott made it funny. Clear we go. That was a dad joke all day long. My God. All right, we're laying on the wheel clear here. We're gonna put a good layer on it. These panels are still quite warm, so it's kind of flowing out a little bit. It's kind of like hot flocking, but this is not a hot flocking video, so I'm not really getting into that. But we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these coated, get them in the oven, and we'll have a final product.
All right, here we go. In the oven. What do we got? What do we got? I'm excited now, finally. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, we are completely out of the oven with all the pieces and parts, license plate, everything to build this truck bed, dog bed. There's another piece I had here. That's actually the bed floor. This is in the hog black from Columbia Coatings as well. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. It's already dust and stuff. It is what it is in here. Chrome bumpers. We got the two-tone Chevy with the tough black from Columbia Coatings, super mirror red, and then clear with the wheel clear. Now, some lessons learned today, right? Yeah, tape, basically, you gotta experiment with tape, and we have over the years. I'm not like an expert, but we've been powder coating for 5-6 years now, and continuously learning. So it goes to show you that continuously learning. I'm trying to get a sharp line. I want to use the tape versus just vacuuming around something. So yeah, getting residue and messing up your powder. I don't know right, wrong. I think if I cured the powder a little more before I put the tape on, I think I would have had better luck with that. That's just something to try next time. But it's kind of like trial and error with that stuff, and I don't mind doing it with like my stuff. This is for my dog Cletus, spoiled obviously, but it's a good training. It's a good way to learn and figure things out. There's higher temp tapes, lower temp tapes, more flexible tapes. There's all kinds of different stuff out there. So there's different techniques. Everybody has their own ways of doing it. Vacuum attachments. I can't talk. But anyway, I hope you liked the video today. If you like and you want to see the square body truck bed all put together, you're going to jump on and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like this. It'll be all over our shorts. I'm going to do a bunch of pictures and videos of this thing all assembled. I just ordered a 20 by 30 inch dog bed for it. We can do these bigger or smaller. Like I said, Main Off-Road Design. TJ over there, he makes these dog beds. So this is a fun video. A little bit of a struggle for a little while with the tape, but that's the reality of it. Just doing this two-tone, this is like a 4-hour job. So, yeah, you got to price accordingly. But anyway, thanks for watching Scott Flip and Customize. Take care, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.